Hey everybody, it's me again. I'm going to do the wrap up on this case. I'm going to try to shoot as much as I can. I did some live streaming with this mod, basically putting all the copper tube, well they're chrome now, putting all the copper tubes in there and pretty much assembling it. And there was just one little thing that I forgot to put on, and that's this bottom bezel right here. This bottom bezel actually holds these pieces in, and I had to take the whole computer back apart. As you can see, all the chromes right here. Yeah, so you know, stuff happens, shit happens. But anyway, so I just kind of wanted to show you guys. You can see I got some sleeving done here. What I did is, instead of making these cables for the PCI Express longer, I actually made extensions for them. So works out pretty good because they gotta go from way up here all the way down and then plug into the video card. And the 24 pin, you see going through here, it actually just comes out right underneath the res. I'll show you that in a minute. And all the other wiring, the fans and stuff, I'll have a Molex brick that has fan headers on it, and I'll actually be plugging all the fans into it and my my lights. So my LED strips, don't know where they're going yet, haven't decided. But I'll actually I'll put ends, fan header end on it and plug that straight into there. Should be okay because it's just 12 volt. So let me spin this around so you can take a look. Alright, so basically I'm working on wire management. This isn't tucked away yet, but as you can see I have my, let me spin it around, I'll show you. I have my 5 1/4 in the back, like I said I was going to do. I don't know if I showed anybody that, but so this is the fan controller for the power supply, and basically the only thing that's going to be plugged into is this is going to be plugged in the power supply, so I could turn up the power supply maybe when I'm doing overclocking or something like that. So that's it for that. But it came out pretty good, as you can see. Nice and clean, doesn't cover up too much of the graphics card if the wire's not there. So anyway, so I have a couple of the tubes already ran. Whatever was on the board that needed to be ran, I went ahead and did that. So this tube here, and then there's a little 2-inch tube between these two fittings. And I'm going to continue to finish this off now. I think I need to pull the motherboard tray back out to get this tucked away into here. And then I also have to fine-tune. As you can see up here, I have my custom-made 4-pin and a 8-pin that plug in, and then there's a hole I drilled up here for wire management. There's a zip tie there, and then this actually will run behind the fan here, and up to there it's zip tied, and underneath these wires here, so you probably never even see it except for maybe a little 2-inch piece there. And then pretty much everything else is looking pretty good. Everything's going the way it's supposed to go. So far so good. You can see the wires pop out from behind the res. Kinda. I guess I better get some light. Show you guys once I get it all together, I'll come back and light this thing up, put my little walk around light, whatever you want to call it. I still gotta put the rad back in. A few other things. So I'm hoping to get this done ASAP because, oh, there's my smokes. Don't do that, it's bad for your health. I got to take this to Maker Faire with the Seuss, so they're anxiously awaiting photos and final pics and stuff like that. So I'll definitely have to get her done ASAP. Also wanted to give a little shout out to AData. AData was kind enough to sponsor some RAM and some SSDs. The SSDs will be going right here. You see the little cutout right here at the bottom. And then there's another one there, and then you see the hole patterns. So that'll look pretty good. I already installed them and checked with the rad. Alright, so I'm ready to fill this puppy. I think I got my Mayhem's deep red dye, which will look like that when I add some distilled water to it. I got a whole thing of distilled water here. So one of my recommendations for filling your system is pull anything out that doesn't need to be in there while you're filling it. Like I took out the memory, doesn't need to be there. If I have a leak, I don't want it leaking on my memory. So for pretty much everything else that's in there. I mean, the SSDs are over here, you can see right there. They're not really in harm's way if I do spring a leak. The only fitting there is that, or my fill port up top. And if they hit the SSDs, then whatever. But I've never worked with these fittings, so you guys are going to have to bear with me. I may spring a leak, who knows? We will find out. I've tried to make sure everything's nice and snug in there. So we'll see what happens. I will record the whole shindig here. Alright, so I'm back here, going to do some filling now. I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I know I did update earlier where I showed you the Mayhem's red or whatever. Since then I've gotten a haircut, and now I'm doing this. I've been putting this thing off all day. So here we go. This is what's left over from my last client build. So since it's already pre-mixed, I went and watered it down just a little bit right now. So I'm going to just go ahead. I guess I got to pull the cap off of the thing first, right? Let me get the towel. I've got a towel here. This is my spill all over the place kind of towel. Wipe it up, whatever. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to leak. I'm hoping it's not going to leak, because I don't really feel like taking it apart or trying to fix it. I'm tired of messing with this thing already. It was kind of a pain to get the fittings in there. Then I had to take them back out. So here goes the first squirt. So of course you see, went right into the drain port, which is good. That's good. That's okay. See if I got any leaks up here. I'm getting my flashlight. I'll try not to stand in front of the camera too much here, guys. Alright, so as you can see there's some liquid dripping from where the push fitting for the pipe goes into that 45 there. One bad thing about Coolin's fittings is they don't like to use, they're not very compatible with long threaded fittings, and I saw that right away. You know, I had to really put a wrench on, like right here. I had to put a wrench on these fittings to get them to sink down into those 90s. But these I shouldn't have any problem with. But as you can see, I'm having a problem with the other rotary over there. The main reason probably is because I couldn't put a wrench on those. I tried putting a wrench on, you know, the push fitting for the pipe, but I couldn't get a good grip on the rotary without scarring it. Well, I've just put my channel locks on this sucker here, and I still can't get that push fitting to go in any further. So, well, I don't really know what choices I got here. I guess I'll probably pull out from here, this 45, that 45, try to put a 1-inch spacer here to bring it down to that level, put a 90 degree, and then maybe another 1 inch, I guess. I guess it won't look much worse than it does there anyway. And then down here, I'm gonna have to do something similar. I mean, unless I pull those fittings out and try to, I don't know, wrench them up. But I mean, if I put a freaking wrench on those rotaries, they're gonna get all scarred up. This one's all jacked up now. Looks like crap. So, but I mean, being that it was back there, I wasn't really worried about it. If it would have worked, it would have worked. But you know, that one's kind of in plain sight. So, you know, I spent a lot of time on this mod. I don't really want to cut any corners on anything. I haven't yet, so that kind of sucks right there. But what are you gonna do? I'll be back when I get that fixed, and that one. But I gotta kind of let them drip out a little bit. If I don't, then I'm gonna get liquid all over the floor. Let me show you what I did here to try to fix my leakage problem. So one fitting should be fine. I actually took out the rotary on that and put an elbow on it, and it actually looks better and fits better there. So that's the end of that rotary problem there. Now this one down here, I went ahead and put the rotary back in there, but what I did is you can see the black. The black is 2 more O-rings that I have squished in between the push fitting and the rotary, and I also added Teflon tape to the thread of the push fitting. I'm hoping this is gonna work, because I don't really want to put, like, I was thinking I could put, I don't know, a 1-inch spacer and a 90 there, but I think it would look like crap like that, so kind of hoping this will work. Plus I didn't mark up that rotary. Not like this other one. Let me show you how bad the other one looks now. So, as you can see, I think I'm a little too close, but that one is jacked up. So if I ever reuse this one, I'll definitely make sure it's hidden somewhere, because it's foobarred. This is usually when you start cussing right here. And I was gonna actually say in the beginning of my video, beware vulgar language. Anyway, so let's see what happens now. I guess I should have cleaned out the res and some other parts, because I noticed some particles floating inside this tube already. So what I'll do is I'll probably mostly fill it with distilled water. Well, I'll use the rest of that because it's diluted already, and then I'll just keep cycling the system and turning it off and on and off and on, because the good thing about the drain port is any debris is gonna, if it doesn't get caught in the block, it'll drop out there. So you know, we'll see what happens. Anyways, here, so I'm gonna put the camera back over here and we'll get going here, get this sucker filled. But yeah, I'll definitely have to clean the system out, because it's got some crap in there now. Let's see what happens here. Ready, guys? Well, so far so good. I'm already over into the water block over here. I don't see any leak down there anymore. Still paranoid though, because that's the last thing I want is a freaking mess. So, alright, well, let me keep filling it, I guess. Alright, so I got, I think, all the leaks fixed. Cross my fingers. I've done some, you know, let it run for a little while, and didn't see any more leaks going on. I showed you what I did to the tube down here. I actually sprung a leak up here too, so I got my wrench in there, tightened it down as much more as I could without breaking anything. So everything seems to be okay so far. This system is complete now, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a walk around and show you what I did with the wire management and stuff like that. So as you can see, the block's completely full, both of them. SSDs are in there nice and installed. I have LED strips that I ran, so I have one right here on the floor, and then I actually have one in here which throws light to the SSDs, and in here kind of shines it up, and then I also have one right there. So those are all bridged together, and they're all ran off of the fan brick that I have in the back here. So here's the wire management that I have. So zip tied, you know, the SATA cables together. It's not, I don't have like 6-inch SATA plugs, so, or 8 or whatever it would be. And then I zip tied all the fan wires together. This is actually, this one is the LED. So as you can see, my wire management is pretty neat and tidy here. This is all the wires right here in this one little location, so there's not a lot of wires for this system. My little cutout here worked perfect. I already put the door on and tested it, so that's about it. I mean, you see the Molex to fan wires, fan plugs here, so it actually supports 8, and I have just enough for all my fans and my my LED strips. So it's actually, I think I have the 3 on the floor, 4, 5, and then one up here, 6. So I'm wondering where the heck the other one came from, but it's full because the back fan is plugged into the motherboard. So that's about it. I mean, I got the front piece installed. You see the doors down over here. There's one there, and then the other one's here. So as you can see, this opens up to show the nice MMPC Tech red grill there. And I fired up the LEDs, or the fans, and they actually look pretty awesome. So And then so that's about it. I mean, I just gotta put, I'm gonna put OS on this right now, just put some heat on the system and work out any other bubbles that may still be in the system. Other than that, this one's done. So you can see my 5 1/4 fan controller for the Silent Pro Hybrid 1300 watt power supply. So it actually works perfect there. So let me stick the doors on and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see here, I don't know how much glare I'm getting. Let me turn this around here. Still gonna see me no matter what. So as you can see, kind of sort of the SSDs back there in the back. The view angle for this window is perfect. So yeah, everything worked out accordingly. And you can see all the parts. Anything I don't want you to see, it doesn't really matter. I tried to make this system look great with the door on or with the door off. So I think I've achieved that. Some people try to say that too much chrome, blah blah blah. But honestly, I think there's just enough chrome, just enough red on the inside, and lots of black. You know, black always looks nice. I've always found that with old school custom or hot rods cars, that too much chrome and black do not look good together. But I think I hit the nail on the head with this one. I'm really digging it. It came out really nice. Here's my fill port up top here. I wish that was kind of recessed, but you know, whatever. At least you know where to fill it, right? Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this up on the bench and I'll fire it up. Alright, so here we are, all fired up on the bench here. Kind of hard to see the, pause the music. Kind of hard to see the front here, but maybe I can, there you go. So that's what the fans look like with that grill. I think they come out pretty awesome. The camera is not capturing the proper rotation very well, because what I see is not what I see in the camera. So, but anyways, it's kind of weird. Same with the back one. And the bottom ones, they look kind of funny too. I left a couple of pieces of towels in there just in case. I don't want to take no chance, but as you can see the SSD is nice and pretty back there. Pretty sure that A-Data will be happy that, because the window cuts off right here too, so actually perfect little window for that. That's it, fellas, ladies and gents. So we will be going to the Maker Faire show this weekend. This PC will be on demo there for ASUS. So I will give some more feedback or some more coverage or whatever I can get after it's in the show. Alrighty, thanks for watching my video. Until next time.
So, as I was saying, this is a case, black case. Around this side are a whole bunch of little wires. They're in sleeving. I'm sure they're really important. I'm not sure what they're called. Black and red sleeve. It's very impressive. There's some pretty chrome parts. These are all very important in making the computer run. It is a black case. There's these pretty up and down things. They always make me think of store tours at Disneyland. There's a little hand rest in case you're tired and you're holding your screwdriver, putting in parts. You can just rest your hand. But I think if they're not plugged in all the way, the computer probably doesn't go. It's a nice mirror reflection. You can look up your nose. I'm not sure where the on switch is. I don't think it's been installed yet. It is a black case. This is probably a very expensive machine. And this here's a nice computer. I'm sure it's going to look great when it's done. So keep up the good work and don't forget to subscribe below. Thanks.